So it's the start of my round, and today I'm going to give you 5 mistakes that all golfers make that are harming their golf scores. Number 1, it's all about the start of the round now. Before I'd played, I decided today I wanted to shoot 3 under par, so I'm going to go out and I'm going to go and shoot 3 under par. Probably not the thing we should be doing, because already then I'm setting expectations in my mind. If I have a little bit of a bad start, if I maybe get ahead of myself, I might have a few birdies early on. What do? Do I have to reside to the fact that I'm not playing well and all of a sudden start stressing myself out because I'm not going to get that score of 3 under? But it's not a good thing to go out and already decide what score we want to try and shoot. If you ask the pros today, they might have an idea in mind of what a good score might be, but what they would do is go into the golf course and set themselves some objectives, maybe sticking to their pre-shot routine, trying to play the fade that they're working on at the moment, trying to work on their temperament. What they won't be doing is saying that they're going to go out and shoot a particular score, because we never know what's going to happen out there on the golf course. Could get a couple of hole-in-ones, you might hole out a few iron shots, and all of a sudden that score just might not be going for you. You might have a bad start. So when you're on the golf course and you're starting off, the best thing we can do, I think, number 1, first and foremost, is go out there and enjoy it, but then maybe have an idea of having a more strategy-based thought, not a score-based thought when we go out there. So for me today, my driver, I'm trying to work on hitting a little bit more of a fade again. So I'm going to stick to hitting those fades. Let's move on, find out what tip number 2 is. Can't believe it. That is another bogey. And this is mistake number 2. Even though I've made a bogey, and I made a bogey on the 2nd hole, and I've got off to a pretty poor start, that doesn't mean that the round is over. I've seen so many rounds of golf, and I'm guilty of it myself, that 3 or 4 holes in, we've not quite got off to the start that we wanted, and we think, well, that's it, may as well go now, the clubhouse is only just down there, the round's done. I've still got, for me, 14 more holes to play. I could go and birdie the next 14, who knows what's going to happen. But if you think that just having a little bit of a shaky, rocky start means that the whole round's going to be like that, think again. Get your mind straight. You've got plenty more golf to be played. Lots of things could happen out there on the rest of the round. So be positive. Yes, it hasn't gone to plan. Maybe be a little bit more cautious, or play a little less daringly as you go through the next few holes. Just try and settle the scorecard down a little bit, and then from there you can really turn around a bad start. It's not how you start, it's how about you finish. So tip number 2, don't let a bad start get you down. Keep your head up and keep playing. Plenty more golf out there to be done. Tip number 3, indecision, or playing shots that we're not quite confident with. I'm here on the 14th tee, and really it probably sets itself up for a little bit of a draw down the right hand side with driver, because there's more of the fairway to the right hand side that we can see. But for me, as a fader of the golf ball, as I stand and look at that shot, as I get addressed up here and I'm looking down there, that doesn't really suit my mind's eye. And I know plenty of players out there that when they get onto a dogleg right to left, they stand there thinking, well, I generally slice it, but the hole suggests I should draw it, so I'm going to try and hit this draw, even though the draw is a shot that they're not comfortable with. They've not worked on it in practice, and it's not one that, you know, has a high success rate for them. So you can make a big mistake there by trying to let the golf course dictate to you how you should play, instead of you saying, right, well, how do I manage my golf swing and my golf ball down this hole? It might mean you have to play a little bit shorter into a certain part of the fairway, or you can't go directly at a flag. But if you're stood over it, confident that you've picked the right shot, you're more likely going to make a good swing. So for me, as I stand on here now, I'm going to try and make a little fade, work off the tree that's on the left hand side of the fairway. So as I come in now, I can address the ball with confidence, knowing that this is the shot I should be playing because it's the one I normally would do, my swing is favoured to, and I can pull the trigger and hit a beauty of a little fade down the middle of the fairway. Just because it says draw doesn't mean you have to do it. I'm safely down there. It's tip number 3, don't get suckered into playing the wrong shot. Mistake number 4, getting sucked into the trap of copying your playing partners. Both hit very similar drives here, but how I see the shot and how other Matt sees the shot is totally different. But I've seen a lot of players out on the golf course just copy what the playing partners do, maybe because they've got a slightly better handicap, or they think, oh well, he knows what he's doing, I'll just copy that. And it's not what we think we should be doing. Me over there thinks it should be more of a lofted shot, so as we see, he's hitting one through the air there, as where me over here, I'm trying to see it more as a running shot. So when you get into a situation, whether you're close by to your playing partners or even if it's on the tee, you might want to hit a driver, they want to hit a 3-wood, but stick to your game, hit the shot that you're most comfortable with, and don't fall into the trap of copying your playing partners. Tip number 5, treating the golf course like it is like a driving range or a lesson. And what I mean by that is I see so many people trying to actually play golf swing instead of actually playing golf when they're out on the golf course. They get into, oh, that shot didn't do exactly what I wanted, the club needed to be a bit more in this position, then as I turned up into my backswing I needed to feel more weight here, then as I was coming down I actually have to shift, and then I need to release it there. And does that follow through look all right at this point there? Have I turned enough at this point? Oh, there's a fairway over there, by the way, that we've actually got to hit. So instead of playing golf swing out on the golf course, play golf. Sometimes it doesn't have to be the prettiest. You might be hitting it pretty badly, but if you've got a good short game, if you manage to just get a shot in play down the fairway even though you've not struck it that well, you can still score very well. What we don't want to be doing, like I say, is trying to correct everything out here. That's what we do at the driving range. That's what we do in our lessons. So work on what you work on with your pro or any of the videos that you've watched in that time specifically. Go and try and grind it in, get used to it, spend that practice time working those swing faults out or trying to hit certain shots. So then when I come out onto the golf course here, I now know that the 15th fairway here at Warrington, for me, my favourite driving hole because it suits a little fade. I want to start it just over the right edge of the tree, so as I can come in now, I know what my fade swing feels like, a little bit out to in, face a little bit open, but as soon as I get behind this golf ball, I'm focusing more on my target instead of focusing on a certain position the club should be passing through. So as I come in, I can stand over this now, not having really too many technical thoughts, maybe one in my mind, but I'm focusing on hitting that fade off the right edge of this tree and moving it just towards the bunker. A bit like that one. So when you're out on the golf course, play golf, don't play golf swing. Guys, I hope those 5 mistakes are going to help you out there. Run through them, see if you're guilty of making any of them. If you are, follow the advice and you should start to see that you're lowering your golf scores. Thanks for watching this video. As always, do hit that subscribe button. I want you to get better at the game, and you're going to do that with your free lessons here with me on the channel. And I'll see you in another video very soon.